Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Judge Rathbone, absent.
Good morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock, August 11th, and our regular Commissioners Court meeting is now in session. First item on the agenda is roll call by our County Clerk's office. Filling in will be Brianna Juarez. Good morning, Ms. Juarez.
Good morning, Commissioners. Judge Rathbone, absent. Commissioner Moya.
Present.
Commissioner Morales.
Present.
Commissioner Solis.
Present.
Commissioner Garza.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Juarez. Next item in our agenda will be our invocation by Dr. Roger Miller, Commissioner's Court Chaplain, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning, Dr. Miller.
Good morning. Good morning. If you bow your heads with me this morning as we begin. Our Father, Creator of all, we come together today first seeking to honor and thank you for all your provisions and blessings that we've already received. Let us first resolve to be thankful people above all else. Let gratitude be our underlying foundation for life as we acknowledge you today. So we assemble here today, preparing our thoughts and organizing our agenda to undertake the business of governing and providing for the people of Zapata County. Today, Father, we come fully prepared and fully needing your grace and your strength for the decisions before this court. May we know without question that you are here among us to provide our judge, commissioners, and court members with all that they need to accomplish the task before them. May they be assured of your desire to provide for their every need in this time. So increase their confidence in their decisions today, expand their understanding of the present issues, and deepen their compassion for service to the people as our leaders ask of you for their needs today. And Father, we ask that you prepare them to see this day, the matters before them, as an opportunity to experience your presence. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4 is communications. Commissioners, anything on communications?
I've been reached out by the constituents of Precinct 1, the water, it's been yellow, so I just want the people to know that we're working on it, and we're gonna see what we can do to kind of fix that issue. It's pretty much on
Yeah, we've had several complaints about the smell, the taste, and I believe it was discussed in the last meeting. We'll see if we can have Mr. Ralph Perry, if we can make it out here, just so he can give an update on that. We can reach out to him, Mr. Gonzalez.
Good.
Yes, that'd be good.
Supposedly the water's safe, but it doesn't look safe, you know what I mean? So we just need to kind of figure out what we can do to.
Yeah. I know he mentioned last week it was safe to drink. It's due to the low lake levels. I believe Laredo's also going through that issue. But we'll have him get some more details in a little bit.
I do know that they do have them regularly tested with TCQ. I'm not sure what the schedule is, and if it was not safe, they would do a boiling.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have
So
him.
just to let them know that it's safe, that way, I mean, it looks a little bit off, but obviously it is safe to use, so the people know.
It meets the TCQ standards.
That's correct. Also, we would like to wish all ZCISD students a great school year. They go back to school on Wednesday. I know they're pretty excited about that. I can see some happy faces. Another notice, I know we've had several back to school events, so I want to thank a lot of these people that or organizations that did step up and do these back to school events for the community. I know we had JP Olga Bruni, we had TikTok therapy, and then we also had Davos Card Show. So a big shout out to all these individuals that provided some much needed school supplies for our community. Anything else, Commissioner? Okay, let's move on to public comment. Public comment in this section provides the public the opportunity to address the Commissioner's Court on any items on the agenda. Members of the public wishing to participate must complete a public participation form specifying which agenda item they wish to comment on. Did anybody sign up this morning? No? Very well, we'll move on to approval of invoices. In your packets, Commissioners, we do have invoices from July 25th, 2027.
25.
I'm sorry, 2025 to August 7th in the amount of $660,435 with 41 cents.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Moya. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Up next, we do have approval of treasurer's report. It will be presented by Ms. Nelly Trevino. Ms. Nelly, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
In your packets, you do have the report, treasurer's report for July. In the non-registered fiduciary investment pool, in the CDs, we have a total of $9,914,980.92. Interest earned $31,599.79. Year-to-date interest, $466,358.09. In your operating accounts, and this includes all the beginning balance, you have $1,412,690.78. Revenue deposits of $4,844,973.83. Expenses for the month, $4,714,170.61, for an ending balance of $1,543,494. And that was for the month of July. In your, electricity, on page 4, for the month of July, we had an invoice of $2,693.84, and for water, year-to-date on the electricity, $564,958.46. For water, you had $7,056.24, for a year-to-date of $65,369.51.
On those, Commissioner?
I'm pretty sure June and July are behind.
Yes, well, what they've done is they've changed their way of billing us, so we're trying to figure out how to, what they did, like, they skipped a month, and then this past month,
They skipped
they've,
again.
On paperless.
yeah, they've gone paperless, so we're trying to figure out how, it's always, every time they make a change like that, it takes us a while to figure out, we don't wanna pay more than what we're supposed to be paying.
Yeah, but I guess we can average out about a 60,000.
Yeah, it's
more or
about
less.
60, closer to 70, cause it's the summer
Yeah.
months.
Summer.
Correct.
On page 5, for your royalty account, we had a check come in for $4,663.16 for a year to, total of $43,414.47, which puts us at 86.83% for the year. On rentals, San Ignacio Civic Center, didn't have any income. Year-to-date total on income was $1,711. Falcon Center has nothing to show. Lopeño Center has nothing to show. Pavilion, has a rental of $1,140. Year-to-date, $10,540. The Zapata Community Center had $400. Year-to-date, $21,010. Zapata Swimming Pool had $1,576. Year-to-date, $3,189.20. And the San Ignacio Swimming Pool had $3,022. Year-to-date, $3,254. On page 7, we do have the accounts for the different departments. County Clerk Fund 10 had deposit of $7,313.50. Year-to-date is $48,678.60, which puts them at 81.13%. County Clerk Fund 15 had a deposit of $198. For year-to-date, $2,278, which puts them at 20.71%. District Clerk Fund 10 had a deposit of $8,705.90. Year-to-date, $43,554.55, which puts them at 36.30%. District Clerk Fund 15 deposited $462. For year-to-date, 5,364.76, which is at 53.65%. The arm ordinances, for the month of July came in at $203,000, which puts us at the end, year-to-date at $345,000, which is 43.13%. And our sales tax came in at $304,708.95 for a year-to-date of $2,663,382.83, which puts us at 110.97%.
And just for point of reference, after 10 months, we should be around 83%.
Yeah, we're low on most
Yeah,
of them.
so we should be around 83% on everything.
Okay, and just to go back on the arm ordinance, we did budget 800,000, and we're currently at 345,000 with 2 months to go. So that's just something to take into consideration.
For the monthly revenues on the landfill, for the month of July, came in at $36,160 for the year-to-date, $181,885, which puts them at 60.63%. The jail came in at $29,998.26, which puts them at $1,795,192.70, and they are at 69.505%. The jail telephone had nothing to show, but for the end of date, 61,065.24, which has them at 122.13%. Jail bond fees came in at $645, and year-to-date total, $3,660. Jail office fees had no deposits, and the EMS brought in $147,896.16. Year-to-date total is $1,182,128.67, which puts them at 131.35%.
Sheriff, is that number correct for the
Yeah,
month of
that's what I was
July?
gonna ask. It's,
I
I
would
think it's
check.
on.
Well, sometimes what happens is, this one's deposited, so he might have received the money or received it right after
Couple of days later.
or the 30th or whatever the last day of the month was, so it might have been deposited
It may reflect on next month.
next month.
Okay, we'll check.
We might see double.
Thank you.
JP's collection report on page 9 for the month of July. JP1 deposited a total of $12,955.48. For the year, they've deposited $97,484.14. Precinct number 2 had a deposit of $10,181.33. For the year, they've deposited $100,075.11. JP number 3 deposited $2,711. For the year, they've deposited $20,001.76. And JP precinct 4 had a deposit of $4,846.10. For the year, they collected $30,575.75.
I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by myself, second made by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Never. Next, we'll move on to the approval of checks issued. Again, in your packets, Commissioners, we do have checks issued from July 25th, 2025 through August 7th, 2025, in the amount as $660,435.41.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Moya. All those in favor? Say aye. Aye, motion carries. Next, we have the tax assessor collector departmental report presented by Mr. Pico Gonzalez. Good morning, Pico.
Good morning, Commissioners. Starting off with the hotel motel, $7,988.66 came in for the month, with a total of $73,318.77 for the year. We did budget $120,000, so we're gonna be a little low on that. The net collections were $761,749.39. That includes all the
from the general fund, the interest and sinking, and a special road and bridge. So, this year's collections are at 88.9% compared to last year's 88.14%, so we're a little bit higher after getting towards the end.
Very well.
And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rosales. Moving on to reports and presentations. Agenda item number 10, presentation of Zapata County 4-H members that participated in the 2025 State 4-H Horse Show, requested by Jesse Rodriguez, Agri-Life Extension. Jesse, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. I just wanted to come to Commissioners Court. As you know, I'd like to highlight our 4-H members that are doing outstanding things. So this past month in July, we had a couple of 4-Hers participate at the State 4-H Horse Show. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them introduce themselves and tell you what events they competed in.
Awesome. Girls, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm prepared for this. I competed in barrels, stakes, bowls, and goaltending.
Awesome.
My name is Camila, and I did barrels, bowls, and stakes.
Awesome.
And I placed ninth place overall.
Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations, girls.
They're part of the Intocable 4-H Horse Club, so we're trying to expand our horse program, and they're leading the way. So I'd just like to congratulate them and thank them for representing Zapata.
Well, thank you for representing Zapata, as Mr. Jesse said. And, you know, second of all, it takes a lot of guts and, you know, to come up here and speak in front of a lot of people. So congratulations on that as well. But it's gonna teach you guys, you know, as you move forward in life, you know, this is very important. You know, so I wanna congratulate you guys on the performance that you guys did and for putting us on the map. You know, we're a small little town and we enjoy every time we have people up here, especially students, you know, putting Zapata on the map. You guys wanna take a picture with the court? All right, let's take a picture. Moving on to number 11, we do have to present an update regarding the recent generator purchase from the Zapata County Sheriff's Office 911 Communication Center. The generator was successfully installed on June 11, 2025. Following the installation, the Sheriff's Office received a reimbursement check in the amount of $25,000 from the City of Laredo 911 Administration. The check was turned into the Treasurer's Office for processing. Sheriff?
Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, it was already installed and it's up and running. The one that is there is still, you know, working condition. We hope the fire department can get it once they do the upgrades to their new building. So, and it was deposited, taken to the treasurer's office, so everything's been good on that item, so. And just an update on the IGA, I'm about 70% done for the increase in revenue. I just need a couple of numbers, and we're working closely with the auditor's office. It's just a lot of numbers that we need to put in, but hopefully by the end of the week, I should have all that finished and submitted.
It's a great thing, we definitely need that.
No, I know, but I'm working on it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you. Moving on to action items, we will deliberate and consider action on the following items. Commissioners, we'll go ahead and jump to Item number 27, I know the chief is taking a training right now. To approve the purchase of a new ambulance remount from Trinity Apparatus for the amount of $248,004.50. Approximately yearly payments would be $55,402.77 for the next 5 years. Chief?
Good morning, Commissioners. This item is supposed to be with the new budget. The reason why the judge asked me to put it on this agenda before the budget hearing, he asked me to ask for financing, and as far as the terms on the payment, on the yearly payments. So on this remount, they take approximately 4 to 6 months to build the ambulance. If we were to go with a new one, we're talking about 2 years, so we decided that the best thing to do for us right now for our needs would be to get a remount. But the Trinity did say that if we do get it approved, I don't think we have to sign anything yet, but if we do get it approved now, they can start building it for when the new budget kicks in and the payment with the new budget, he will have it ready by then. Versus if we approve it in October, then we have to wait about 6 months to get that unit. But that just depends on the.
What's the difference in cost for a new ambulance and a remount?
A new one we're talking about ballpark figure about 350, 360 on a new one.
So it's
but the
just about
turnaround time is about 2 years, after we order it, it takes about 2 years to get it.
You shopped around different?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
that's-
Trinity, we've been dealing with Trinity for a while, but I've shopped around before with Siddons, and they're, basically not the cheapest, but as far as price range, they're the best ones.
Does this
So it takes 2
include
years.
on the, I guess, the years of service for payments? Does it include like insurance for 1 year at least or 2 years? If anything, defaults
On the.
on the remount?
On the remount, like warranty, you mean, or? Yes, it does have warranty as well. The box has lifetime warranty, and then the cabin chassis is whatever manufacturer you go with, which is Ford, Dodge, whatever that manufacturer gives you on the powertrain and all that. And usually it's, I believe it's 2 years or 100,000 miles, whatever it gets first.
Chief, how many ambulances do we have up and running?
Up and running right now, 4.
Fully staffed?
Not staff, but there are running ambulances, 4. That we run on a daily basis is 3 because of the staffing. But we always have that 4th one as a backup in case one goes down or needs maintenance, we put in that other one.
Okay, and this one would be fixing up one that we currently have there, that's a.
Yeah, one of the oldest ones that we have, that's the one we would be sending off to get remounted. So they just basically use the same box, they just change the cabin chassis, but the box itself, they take it apart, they refurbish the box as well, they repaint it, they'll change all the lightings, all the oxygen lines, they refurbish the box as well, it's just the same box.
Okay. Chief, will there be, some grants coming up, in January?
I believe so. I believe they have told us, I spoke to Mr. Esser as well, and they will be, and to my understanding, it's not a competitive grant, so it would be something that we will be getting. I don't remember the numbers, but Mr. Esser's working, he's gonna work on it. But I believe roughly it was around, I don't know if you know Mr. Gonzalez on that grant, no? If I'm not mistaken, it was under 200,000 that we'd be getting for an ambulance.
For a new one?
And we
Yeah.
can purchase it before we get the grant?
What was that, I'm sorry?
We can purchase, so, I guess we're not purchasing, we're ordering it. We can order it before, we get the grant?
Opens in January.
I'm not sure about that.
I think the grant opens in January.
In
January
that's
first,
when
I believe
yeah,
it was
when all
July.
July.
when you, I guess you start working the process on that one. But
So
that
will
was-
this one be covered for a grant?
I doubt it.
I mean, I really don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
That's a
sure we
good
can
question
try
for
it.
Mr. Esser.
Yeah.
Now, are they aware that there's a 2-year minimum waiting period for
Cool.
the grant, or we're talking about the grant here?
Well, the other grant that we got, when we got both of the 2 Chevys, they weren't aware, but, they were able to give us an extension because we didn't meet the deadline.
Right,
correct.
But
I remember
they
that.
understood the situation because it wasn't something on our part or on the county's part. It was more on the manufacturer, and they did allow us an extension, and we did, make the cut. But on this other grant, it's a different grant, so I'm not sure if they're aware of it or not as far as how long it takes.
I'll make a motion, to table this item just for the sole purpose that, we're in a tough position
Yes.
financially right now. So let us, get through through the budget hearing, right, through the budget and see how everything's gonna turn out because we have been taking hit after hit after hit. I know it's definitely needed. So I'm not making a motion to deny, I'm gonna make a motion to table until we finish that.
To see if we can.
And see how we can put it together.
I think it still gives us time from here to the first and second budget hearing to, talk to Mr. Esser and see how that goes.
See what other options we have, to
Definitely.
purchase this and
Yeah,
make
based
this
on the
happen.
price difference, I know we would have to wait, but,
Yeah.
new ambulance would be a lot better.
It would,
For you guys.
it would. The only thing is that if we go that route, I believe for that grant, it would be for a new one. So as of January, whatever it takes to process that grant, and then once it gets approved and we place the order,
We're looking at about
it's gonna
4
be
years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah,
like-
so we're looking at
So it's
3-4
gonna be a
years.
while. That's why we still put in this one, because this one will be getting it a lot faster. And then that one's gonna be for the future, 2 years from now. We're gonna be in budget hearings, and hopefully it goes through, we won't have to worry about budgeting that ambulance for that particular budget year. We will be getting it through the grant.
That's correct.
But we can still table it, there's still time, and then we can just talk to Mr.
I'll
Esser
second the
and we'll go
motion.
from there.
Motion, to table made by myself, Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Thank you, Chief.
All right, thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
We going back to agenda item number 12, to consider and approve Colonia planning and needs, assessments, surveys conducted in Zapata County by the Texas A&M Colonias program. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
So first of all, so we have a lot of weather around the city and we'll do the best.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna stick around for another couple of months.
Yeah, I'm from the area, so I'm still not used to that weather, so.
I hear you on that.
I don't even think you get used to it.
It's really.
Okay.
So, do you have any updates as far, I know we met last time, and I think that some of us haven't quite gone over some of them, and not completely over all of them, because my precinct has like, I think 11,
Okay,
grants that
well-
we need to apply for. I'm still like, making sure that we prioritize, and I know you're working. on it.
Actually, on the deadline, we're counting right now on the, Webb County, working with Webb County at the moment. We finished with Zapata. And, on the plats and maps, we're good. We're good on the plats and maps. There's only a few colonias in which we have to actually do the, PowerPoint from the, Google map because there were no plats available. But, the colonias are in good shape, actually, compared to some areas of Laredo. Very good condition in terms of water, drainage, garbage collector, and most of the necessities in Zapata. I applaud the people from Zapata because they're doing a very good job. And, the people also talk to the people and express their feelings on the colonias, the necessities. And that's our main objective, actually, besides the numbers.
Yeah.
that-
Cause I was reading on the report for my precinct as well, and it mentions that it has good drainage, and we're lacking a lot of drainage there in my area.
There might be some amendments that we can do some changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had spoken to Memo, I think he said he was gonna contact you, so we can make minor changes to that, cause I know we need a lot of drainage, especially in the Medina area where, the arroyos are, there's some streets that, don't have exit for water, so when it rains constantly, I have to be sending my crew to pump the water out, and, we pump it into a tanker and then go dispose of it where it can get, drained out.
Yeah, you're right. There's some colonias that they have some needs, and, some of the drainage either affects part of the colonia or some of the colonia.
Yeah, and the issue with that is that all the water intakes are like down here and the roads are up here, so, where does it drain?
Yes.
We need a lot of, funding to actually put water pipes, down under the road so it can continue going.
Yes.
I also have that same issue in Siesta Shores. I don't know if, you were able to pick up on that. We do have a lot of issue with that.
Yes.
And as far as, I was going over the paperwork, and, it goes from, talking about Siesta Shores to the bottom, it goes to Medina Addition, so I think we need to make some adjustments on that as well.
Okay, so it's just Siesta George
Yes, sir, we're talking about Siesta Shores.
and Medina Addition,
Medina Addition, yeah. All of that area.
and that's, in terms of drainage.
Drainage, yes.
So because of that, all the streets in Siesta Shores and,
Yeah,
as
as well
Medina
in
Addition, they're, severely deteriorated, that they don't have any repair right now. So we're gonna need pretty much funding for.
Yeah, and all our water lines are, at the center of the roads, so we can get our water, grant where we can move the water line from the middle of the road to the easements would be, you know, adequate for all our precincts, cause I'm pretty sure, all water lines run through the center of the road, so when we get a water leak, all water lines are totally depleted. They fix this area and then another one over here, and then we have to be cutting the roads and then repairing them, and we just don't have funding for our, you know, for all of that.
Okay, I found. See, we can do some amendments to, some of the areas.
And I know most of Medina doesn't have, you know, curbs or anything like that, so
Yes. well,
that's
the
another issue.
curb gutter. The curb gutter, yes, we're missing some. Well, the necessity will be the drainage and the water, so
Right.
that's, we can do some amendments to that one before we submit.
Right.
Yeah, I have to make sure that, we're taking care of that, make the amendments and submit as soon as possible because of the funding.
Morning, Mr. G.
Exactly.
We have, Mr. Memo, we're talking about the drainage issues that we do have in Medina Addition and in Siesta Shores as well, so I don't know if you wanna touch upon that a little bit.
Yes, Commissioners, we looked at, when we worked on the study with, you know, A&M Colonias program, the drainage improvements that are needed in the Medina areas. Initially, the subdivision was created in the mid-60s, and it was just, you know, you take a plot of land and everything was divided into lots for no provision for drainage channels. And unfortunately, some of those drainage areas have been purchased, and there's some homeowners there that, every time it rains, as commissioners get the phone calls,
Right.
that, there's a lot of water coming through the home or things like that. So we need to look at those particular areas coming from Highway 16, going north all the way to Miraflores Street, and, acquire those lots as we're going through those channels and, declare them, flood zones. They're temporary flood zones, but, you know, when it does rain, they do flood.
Right.
And then, you know, make the improvements, those, there are multiple channels through there.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Yeah, that need, and then there's some spots that maybe just, there's low points within the street that holds water, but it holds maybe like a foot of water, so if we have any kids in the community that are walking either to Villarreal Elementary or walking to high school, they do have to go through those areas that are, ponded.
Right.
And even if you have, you know, 3-4 inches of water, you're walking through water.
Through water. Yeah, that's
Those
a big
are
issue.
areas that, we'd like to, see if we can fix. We did include some of, the paving, on the paving applications for, improvements there, and then some sidewalks in those few spots, so that, if it does get funded on that side, then that would take care of some of it, but the drainage component would have to come through a Colonia application, so that, we can get funding.
So we can look into that.
Sister Shores is the same thing. We have some areas that, we don't have curbing gutters within the streets, and, there's spots that, the water collects within, I mean, it doesn't really collect because of the curbing gutter, but the profile of the road has the water go to a certain spot, and then it releases through some homes that we need to put in maybe some inlet and take it through and across. I know that, precinct 1 also has some areas on, Nicholson subdivision that, they're older parts of town, but the water does collect there. Doesn't rain often, but when it does go through people's homes, and there's some areas. And we have Valle Verde and San Ignacio. For every single one of the precincts has a section that, needs some drainage improvements that we can definitely add to the application and to the improvement needs.
I also mentioned that, water lines, to see if we can move them down to the easements. Since all the water lines run through the middle of the streets, you know, they mess up our streets frequently.
Yes, and those water lines were installed, you know, also
Back
way
in-
back in the day, and they were maybe just, back then, they were just dirt roads, and, they would need to be, moved over to the edge of the right of way, so that, any repairs or leaks, then they can be, handled without having to tear up the entire
The
road.
entire roads.
Mr. Gonzalez, thank you. I make a motion to table this item to the next, agenda, board meeting, I'm sorry. Second by,
Moya.
second by Commissioner Moya. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next item will be to approve payment to RDO Equipment, for repairs done to the road and bridge dozer. In your packets, Commissioners, we do have, an invoice for RDO for work that was done to the road and bridge, dozer. So it appears to be one invoice with the invoice number of W 1356722. Again, that was W 1356722. There was just several, they broke it down. The first page, we do see the repair, travel time from Laredo Yard to job site in Zapata, Texas, on Highway 83, south 5 miles past Zapata and back to the yard. That was $611. And then we do have more repairs after troubleshooting code, proceeded to remove rear cover to have access to fuel level sender. Trace wiring for sender, found at connector for sender that it was chewed off by rats. Proceeded to disconnect connector and perform repair on wiring harness. Tested unit functions working properly. Assembled in reverse order and ready for use. That was $225. And then we do have.
Diagnostic photo.
We do have another, we have another one for $450, the diagnosis. It's arrived at location and confirm customer complaint. Start unit and notice diesel fuel gauge at monitor blank. Proceeded to troubleshoot code 96.03. Check fuses and wiring harness and fuel gauge at tank. Notice connector for the fuel gauge at tank chewed by rats, need to repair wiring. So we have a total amount of $1,376 and 2 cents. So this work was already done. I need a motion, Commissioner.
No motion.
We got a motion by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Moya. Mr. Gonzalez, will this, be eligible under the CO?
Yes, this one will, because of road and bridge, repairs, yes.
Okay. Mr. Morales?
We have two, there's, it's the same, we just
Yeah,
have
it's the
two
same.
copies of it or what?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the same invoice number.
The 69.
So we had a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Number 14, to consider and approve an estimate to Anderson, Equipment Company in the amount of $71,948 for repairs of a compactor at the environmental department.
You wanna go get us pictures? I asked them for some photos so that we can see, cause I haven't seen it in person.
Okay, then we'll come back to this item.
Okay, I was gonna say on this one, Commissioner, I did, last time that it came up, last meeting, I did, talk to, Dan, Martinez, our bond counsel, if we could use the CO for it. And he informed me that we could not, cause, the notice only says for equipment for road and bridge, water department repairs, and for the matching for the grants. So since it's not part of the road and bridge, it was not eligible for that.
Okay, we'll note that, and, we'll come back to that, item once Mr. Martinez, Mr. Science gets back. Let's move on to number 15, to consider actions of the Office of Compliance and Monitoring Service, monitoring review of Operation Lone Star, number 43-72601, final determination to close out the grant review. We'll have the judge's office, Ms. Roxy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rox.
We got an update from Ms. Nelson, Wendy Nelson, who is the one doing the monitoring review on Operation Lone Star. Thankfully, we were able to clear up a lot of the issues involving the issues that they had found with our grant. Yet there are about 4 different findings that they sort of highlighted, and even though we've gone back with them with some corrective action plans and asked, we're respectfully sort of contesting some of their issues, they pretty much said, no, we're sorry. So I did want to outline some of these findings for you. They are going to involve us having to make a reimbursement, as well as further going into the grant and removing these expenses so that only grant purchases are listed on the grant. They're in order from the largest to the smallest. The first one, you should have a copy of that. It says finding 2. This is essentially for equipment that they are disallowing. Now, these are not pieces of equipment that were viewed as illegal purchases. These are 100% allowed purchases, but they are disallowing it essentially on a technicality, which is what we were sort of contesting. They are taking issue with the description of the line item itself within the grant. For for instance, there is one vehicle that was on the grant. It was listed as an F-150, but we ended up purchasing a GMC because of the supply chain. It was all wonky, so we ended up buying a GMC, and they took issue with that. So because of that, not that it wasn't an allowable purchase, but because of that, they're saying that we have to pay that money back. Another one where it was a piece of batteries for some of the computers, they said that it's an allowable purchase, but it was taken out of a line item for laptops. So saying this is not an allowable purchase because of that. So that's one. So that finding, when you add up the 4 pieces of equipment, it's going to total $150,564.22 for that finding. The second finding was actually finding 3, involves the indirect cost. The indirect cost was something that we used to pay the consultant that we have on this grant, Dr. Roger Rodriguez. The indirect cost is normally calculated taking certain line items like personnel or supplies, taking 10% of that, and that is what the county is allowed to use for indirect costs, and that entire amount was used to pay for the consultant. What they've gone in is they've essentially recalculated the indirect cost to remove some of the items that were disallowed. According to Dr. Rodriguez, this is not something he's seen in any other county. He does do operational stuff for a number of other counties that are participating in this grant. He hasn't seen them go back in and recalculate, but unfortunately, we did get dinged with that. I know Judge Rathmel did speak with Dr. Rodriguez about this, and his point of view is these monies were paid to the consultant, therefore the consultant should be reimbursing the county for this. So that is about $142,843.88.
Okay, so we go back to the finding 2, so we were able to upgrade the
Yes.
district court?
We were able to upgrade the 49th District Court. The building was opened in 2006. The 49th District Court had not seen any upgrades whatsoever since that time. We did have them in the grant initially, but eventually Judge Lopez had wanted some additional changes, mainly to match up with what he has in the 49th District Court in Laredo for his court reporter. So those were some additional expenses that we incurred, which were much needed, improvements that we needed. And that was one of the things that they ended up disallowing. It's equipment, and it was taken out of a software line item. So they disallowed $48,290.43 from that.
And then 101 from the 2 vehicles, correct?
Yes, for the 2 vehicles, yes.
So I guess what I'm getting at, so I mean, it's 150,000, but we were able to purchase 2 vehicles
Yes.
and upgrade the 49.
It was a vehicle for the 49th District Court, another one for our investigators, the county attorney's office. So yes, we were able to purchase vehicles that had already, or replace vehicles that had already been they were up there in age.
So paying this money back, it's not like you're just throwing money away. We did get
No,
some improvements.
we are
on the
getting
2
some
vehicles.
equipment,
Okay.
yes.
And then we're talking about the 142, that'd be for the consultant, correct,
The
Dr.
consultant,
Rodney?
yes.
Yeah, he should be sending
And he's
reimbursement.
working on reimbursing
He's
the
working
county?
with his insurance company. Now, we don't know, we do have a deadline of August the 18th, which is next Monday. So we don't know, the judge had wanted to check from the consultant by today. It's probably not gonna happen, so the county might have to pay that money up front
We'll
and
get
then get
reimbursed.
reimbursed by his insurance.
Yeah, we just gotta we gotta get past this so we can, start working out there.
Yes.
We do need officers, we do need boots on the ground on the river. And, if we're gonna get, reimbursed from Dr. Rodney Rodriguez, that's a great thing. His amount was what, 142?
142,843. And one of the big things is we need to close this grant out because we still have fiscal year 25 to activate. We've got to the end of this month and we do have some expenses, some personnel expenses over at the sheriff's office. They're ready to go. We just need to submit them for reimbursement, but we can't until we activate that grant. And they will not let us do that until we close out this grant.
So if we send a check today, that'll close out this grant. How soon can we get started?
We're hoping, so we send out the check, let's say today, gets there overnighted, Tuesday, Wednesday, it goes through their system. Hopefully by Friday at the latest, we can start going in there and activating the grant. If there are any gremlins in the system with the fiscal year 25, we can hopefully take care of those in a day or 2. We already have everything that we wanna ask for reimbursement. There are some radios that we wanna have invoices, we have clear checks, those are also ready to go. So as long as there isn't a delay at the governor's office, those can be inputted right away. And the liquidation is until the end of September, but we do need to activate the grant by the end of this month.
That's correct. And what is the total amount due today on our?
The total amount, if you wanna go with including the indirect cost, it would be $306,414.44.
And this will be from our general fund, Mr. Tufo?
Well, it'll be from that,
Catastrophic again?
the catastrophic fund.
We're gonna go over. I
The
make a motion
catastrophic fund,
to-
or we took it out last time.
I make a motion to make payment of $306,414.44 pending the reimbursement, from Dr. Miller's office.
Well, not
Correction, Dr. Rodriguez, for the amount of $142,843.88.
Just to be clear, not pending his, because we're still gonna pay before, correct?
Correct.
No, we
Okay.
have to pay it
correct.
whether we get
We're
reimbursed or
pending
not.
the reimbursement.
Yes, okay.
We're not 100% on the reimbursement, you know,
Right.
so, I mean, it's unfortunate that we have to pay this, and I feel that we could have avoided all of this that we have to pay. And now that we're gonna have to cut, you know, positions, it's unfortunate that we're in this position, but if we don't pay this, we're not gonna be able to move forward with it, with this grant, you know. So I just want the people to know, I mean, I'm not for it, but unfortunately, we have to pay it to move forward. So just so they can, you know. on the
And we
record
do
from-
have fiscal year 26 operational start pending at the moment.
Right,
Yeah.
so that way we can get the boots on the ground, the Commissioner Solis says. So, just on the record.
I made a motion, do you second the motion?
I'll second the
So
motion.
you're on board? Second by Commissioner Moya, all those in favor say aye.
Alright.
Unanimous, thank you, motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Roxy.
She had one more thing.
One more.
One more?
We still need more.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move on to number 16, to approve payment of 3 invoices to Motorola Solutions for radios purchased for the fire department via Operation Lone Star.
No, she wants to go over the remaining.
Change the benefits.
No, actually, no, that's correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
Okay.
No, that one, Commissioners, we purchased some radios for the fire department using Operation Lone Star. Fortunately, the timing of those invoices we're barely skimming the wire of the deadline. And this came across my desk about 2 weeks ago. These are the final invoices. So they basically were for the programming and the installation of those radios. And yeah, so we're looking at about $13,000 for the installation, $8,000 for a handset, and about $500 for a charger. These were all a part of the original quote.
The total comes out to 22,412.
And 15 cents. Yes. So this would be an allowable reimbursement for fiscal year 25, which again, we have not activated. But once we activate it, this would be an allowable reimbursement as well as the rest of the radios.
Where would this also come out of, Mr. Gonzalez?
That one will come out of, it's gonna come out of, just a fund balance, what we're gonna have to do. Monday?
Does it have to come out of, operational star, like a line item, since it is operational?
We could do,
We have a operation of 4:30.
yeah, we could do it out of there, but it's not gonna get reimbursed, so.
Not until after we activate fiscal year 25.
So it could be a possibility to get
Yeah,
reimbursed.
because the timeframe, the date of the invoice is January of 2025, so it does fall within the
Oh,
reimbursement.
okay, yeah.
So there's a possibility we could get
Yes.
reimbursement.
Then we will take it out of the.
22,412 with 15 cents to be paid to Motorola Solutions.
Motion made by Commissioner
Out of the
Moya,
OLS fund.
Yeah, that's not for
I'll second it.
second by Commissioner Gasa, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Rox.
Thank you, Ms. Roxy. Item number 17, to approve the payment to REP for the removal and installation of golf course irrigation pump, including labor and material. Commissioners, in your packet, you do have the invoice from REP in the amount of $5,585, work that was done to the golf course. Description of work, I'll read it off for, public awareness. Service call to check irrigation, water pump, 50 horsepower, 3-phase, 480
Bolts.
Oh, bolts, there we go. Test motor and water supply, motor burnt. Disconnect and remove water pump and motor and send to Laredo to rewire and repair water pump. Return pump from, Ramsey Laredo, install water pump, rewire motor, replace 3 bad fuses, 100 amp, 480 volts. Test, installation and test motor.
Test
Sub-
rotation.
Rotation, okay, we'll go back. Test rotation and test motor, sorry, this is handwritten. Suction problems, screen and section line plug and check valve open. Clean suction screen and repair 4-inch brass check valve. Thread, replace 4-inch suction line gasket and 3-inch discharge gasket. Replumbing discharge line with 2 new 4-inch dress couplings and 2-inch, what does that say?
Flanges? 4-inch.
Okay.
4-inch.
Replacing back pressure valves, test pump and put back on service. Need to install a new back pressure valve, 1.5-inch thread to protect discharge water line and water pump. That is a total amount of $5,585.
This would come out of,
Well, it'll come out of their, non-department golf course maintenance, which is negative already, so. It's negative about $1,000.
but the
The job has been done already, Commissioner.
so motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Moya. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Moving on to number 18, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the Zapata County Judge's Office to solicit requests for proposals, RFPs to grant writing, grant administration services for the program year 2026, CDBG Colonia Fund Construction. Commissioners, this is just to get the process starting for the 2026 CDBG Colonia Fund. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion, by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Moving on to number 19, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the Zapata County Judge's Office to solicit requests for qualifications, RFPs for engineering services for the program year 2026 CDBG Colonia Fund Construction.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Morales, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Moving on to number 20, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the Zapata County Judge's Office to solicit requests for proposals, RFPs, for grant writing, grant administration services for the program year 2027-2028 CDBG Community Development Fund.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Garza,
Second that.
second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. 21, discussion, consideration, and possible action to authorize the Zapata County Judge's Office to solicit requests or proposals, RFPs, for engineering services for the program year 2027-2028 CDBG Community Development Fund.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Garza,
Second.
second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Commissioner, you wanna jump back to 14? Mr. Martinez here.
Mr. Science.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go back to item number 14, to consider and approve an estimate to Anderson Equipment Company in the amount of $71,948 for repairs of a compactor at the environmental department. Mr. Science, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Morning.
These are the caps that's giving us life at the landfill, so without this, I mean, we're gonna lose space. So, ya están bien conmigo.
What's the capacity you have right now? Where are we at? Are we like, what percentage do you
I
have?
cannot give you an answer on that because
Yeah.
I don't wanna, pero ahorita, we have, ahorita, we have like, our life en el landfill ahorita, estamos hablando como unos 5 años. Yeah.
And that'll help it extend it.
And this will help.
Mr. Science, can you show what, so that's the way it looks right now, but how would it be, with your hand, can you show how tall it would be, or how?
Oh, yeah.
The point would be about that much?
Right here.
So that's how much has been eaten
Yeah.
away?
Yeah. You know, as you can see,
It's already hold out.
yeah.
And I appreciate you bringing that in, because that kind of gives us a visual
Yeah.
of what really needs to be done. It's just not a number on
Yes,
paper.
sir.
How many of those does it take?
So they're about,
165. Well, it's actually 165 and another 35.
How are you currently doing it, ahorita, Mr.?
No, we're doing it, but it's not doing the job that it's supposed to be doing, yeah.
Okay, so
It's like cutting something with a dull blade.
Is it something that we'd be able to wait for the new budget year, in October? Cause we got about a month and a half to go.
Yeah.
Maybe something that we can
Yeah.
hold off. Okay.
Alright, motion.
Just so we
Yeah,
can
we're
pay
fine.
what we gotta pay and get everything situated and all this.
No
stuff.
problem.
We got a motion to table by Commissioner Garza,
Second motion.
second by Commissioner Moya. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Sines. All right, we'll move on back to number 23, to consider and approve a proposal.
22.
Thank you.
Okay. 22, correction, to approve the Texas Department of Motor Vehicle optional fees for the calendar year 2026. You got any information on this one?
Didn't bring the fee schedule?
Something does change on me. Yeah, I know I saw one of these.
It's here in the packet, Commissioner, if you go, in your packet, you'll see it.
Oh, here it is.
Monica, do you have any information on this agenda item?
Is something gonna change or
If it stays the same, we'll
come back to it?
ask Robson real quick.
Come back to 22.
Okay, let's move on, we'll revisit 22. Moving on to number 23, to consider and approve a proposal to provide, renovation and turf management to the Taylor Golf Course. That one was tabled last meeting for the new October budget, so motion to table for,
Second.
October. So, seconded by Commissioner Garza, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Did you get it to cover?
She stepped out.
Okay. no
Yeah,
problem.
we can go back.
Agenda item number 24, to hire Oscar Flores as grabber truck operation in Special Road and Bridge Precinct 1 Department, 015-421, slot number 6 at $15.05 an hour, effective 8/25/2025.
Motion to approve.
On this one, I had, my grandpa driver retired, so precinct 1, just bear with us, we've been a little slow on picking up the stuff, but we're still managing to get it done. But, as of the 25th of this month, we'll be back and rolling.
Very well. We got a motion, by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Moya. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Number 25, to finalize purchase payment of skid steer for, from the CO Series 2024, requested by Commissioner Precinct 1, David Moya.
So this skid steer is the one that, we're purchasing from, Zapata feed. That one has actually helped us with all the grants. I know that if we wouldn't have had that skid steer, that project that we did at precinct 3 helped us out tremendously. So, and then I know it's helped us out, I don't know if you can attest to that, Mr. Gonzalez. It's actually been a piece of equipment that's really helped out the grants that we've had going on. Just wanna finish getting it paid off so that we can, move on from that.
So who purchased, who made?
Precinct 1.
Precinct 1, so you made a purchase, what is the total amount of?
The total that is left is, 43,400. The total price was 48,900 and it came with 3 attachments.
40,
It was a shredder.
can you say that again, the total?
The total was 49,900, and, a payment of 6,500 was made, bringing down the total to 43,400, so that would be the pending total. And this would be asked to take out of, the certificate of obligation, which is, able to do.
Mr. Gonzalez, do we have any funds, available for the commissioners from the CO?
On that one, we can't pay for road and bridge, equipment. Do we have funds? That's all, it's thrown back at y'all, at the commissioners, on what y'all wanna
No,
do
no,
with that.
we're going back to the grants.
To the grants, yeah, right now as it is, we're not being able to probably pay for all the grants with the CO, so.
So there won't be any money left over for that.
Yeah, that's up to y'all, that's a decision y'all have to make.
I mean, it's really helped us out. I mean, I think that we should pay it off, cause it has saved us a lot of money in the grants. So, I mean, if we don't move on it, then I mean, we'll return it, I guess, and figure it out without it. Just leave the payment at 65.
So when you purchased it, Commissioner, was it, were you supposed to purchase it like through your?
Through my budget, yeah.
Through your budget?
Yeah.
And, you can't make the payment,
No,
through next?
then they're cutting our budget, it's proposed, cutting another 5,000, so there's no way.
On the projects, Commissioners, just to kind of elaborate a little bit, I know that it was used for the, Los Alamos Golf Course Trail, and that project did already get funded from Texas Parks and Wildlife. I think the county was reimbursed $74,000 on that particular project, and, county used their own equipment, and that one was one of the equipment that also was utilized for that one. The other project, that, has been used on has been on the drainage project that the county's been working on. Not all the full reimbursement has been done on that one, we've gotten some of it, but, that one is another one. But the main one was the golf course one, since the majority of the equipment was county owned, with the exception of that one, and, that reimbursement did already come in, it was like 70.
Is there any way we can get it financed?
We can finance it, but that's what we're doing right now, but if we can give at least a lump sum payment to bring it down, I can, you know.
Cause I was
slowly in my
thinking if,
budget.
you know, if we would make it like for all the precincts divided by 4, give 2 years, you know, it'll be 5,000 from each precinct, and, you know, I'm okay with that. You know, we'll help you from my line item for road and bridge. I know we're gonna be short, you know, but, you know, we make it everybody's and not just yours, and you'll take that burden off.
Fine. Yeah, it's been used for all the grants and stuff like that, so it's not a problem. But I mean,
Great
yeah,
idea.
we can, however I wanna do it.
You know, just, and it'll be utilizable for all precincts.
So what is your motion?
Well, he has to ask to see if we can, you know, finance this
I
right.
guess we'll table this?
We'll table
Motion
it
to
in.
table, so we get,
We got a motion to table by Commissioner, Morales, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries. Moving on, item 26, to approve the purchase of a scanner for $1,073.50 to be paid out of the Zapata County Clerk's Office records reservation funds by requested by Mary Jane Guerrero.
I'm not sure how much more but she almost has money in there, so that's not fault.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Morales, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We go to 28, to approve the use of the Zapata County, Community Center parking lot for bid sale pickup for the JROTC, requested by Mr. Andy Lopez. Is he here today?
Does he have a date? And has he spoken to Ms. Laura?
Yes, they did speak to Lana, it's just for the parking, like to pick up their things, it's like a pizza, they're gonna
Okay.
pick up there, that's it.
Did they provide a date?
Yes, it's supposed to be. August 30th,
August.
from 11 AM to 3 PM.
I'll make a motion to approve the use of the Zapata County, Community Center. Seconded by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Moving on to the 29, to request the use of the Zapata County Pavilion on Monday, August 25th, 2025 for the Zapata County 4-H kickoff event, requested by Mr. Jesse Rodriguez.
motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
We got a motion by Commissioner Morales, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 30, to review status and take possible action on Zapata Booster Station. Mr. Manuel Gonzalez. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. On this particular project, I had presented the last time that the work had already been completed on the grant application. The court did approve for some improvements, aside from the grant, which was the addition of that mini split. I just wanted to report to the court that that's been installed and it's operational.
Awesome.
And it's working fine. And so then, that was more of just an updated
Just an
report.
update?
Yeah.
So we'll move on to 31?
The next one, yes.
To review status and take possible action, on Zapata drainage project.
Yes, Judge, Commissioners, on this drainage project, the court had has been working on the drainage improvements there on Fifth Street. And there's, maybe about, they should be done with that work this week. There has been some work since the last court meeting, to date. It's been about, 11 days worth of work for the tackle from the contractor, and they do have some, an invoice for that work. It's 11 days at 8 hours a day, and it's at $80 per hour. That comes out to $77,040.
Shouldn't approve.
I'll second that.
What's the invoice number?
The invoice number is 20981.
And, the company on this project?
Move-on Oil Field Services.
Will it be extra, or just move on?
No, it's just
Straight?
Move-On. Just Move-On. Yeah.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Moya, second by Commissioner Garza, to make a payment, invoice number 20981 in the amount of $7,040. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Is that the only one, Mr. Gonzalez? On that one?
Yes, on that one, for now, yes, 'cause they're not,
What was
there's
the total again?
7,040, 740? 7,040?
7,040.
No sense.
Yeah, and I've been out there for the whole week last week, and they've been using that. Without that excavator, there's no way we'll finish, because I don't know if there's a veneno on the bottom, but it keeps on filling with water, and he's having to scoop that, move it out, and then the dozer comes. And I just request y'all that, I know that the dozer, they're trying to remove it from the arroyo, but we need to finish there. I told them we can't move that dozer until we're done with that.
We gotta
project.
finish, is it
We're on
time
a time
sensitive?
crunch, yes.
Yeah,
we're on a time
I
crunch.
believe,
So,
Mr. Alvarez mentioned that I think today or tomorrow will be his last day, and he should be done with
Yeah,
that
hopefully
project.
we're
The
done.
dozer's out there?
Yeah, the dozer's been out there. I got on it and I was able to help him out too, because I know the dozer operator was out, but yeah, we're almost done.
Let's not stop till we finish that.
Definitely.
Moving on to number 32, to review status and take possible action on Sheriff's Office improvements project.
On the Sheriff's Office improvements, we had a meeting last week with USDA, the judge's office, and, I guess on the USDA side, they had their local, person, Mr. Eric Hayner, and then their regional, representative, Mr. Gomez, and then they had the state rep, and then they had the federal rep. So they all zoom in on a monthly call Zoom meeting to go over the projects the county has for USDA. On that one particularly, we had requested permission to go, do a roof inspection on the sheriff's office. For the repairs, the roof inspection has already been completed, and the contractor that did the inspection is preparing the report to present to the court. Hopefully it's just repairs, and not a replacement, but, that just wanted to inform the court that the inspection had already been completed on that. And, we're continuing to move the project forward, see if we can, once we have the report, hopefully by next meeting, I can come and present, the full report, but.
Who did the roof inspection?
It's a company out of the valley. I can get the name real quick, and,
'Cause I'm pretty sure they're gonna provide an invoice for the next.
yes, and, I had presented it to Commissioner's Court. It had already been approved by the court. I think it was like $4,500 for the story report. Yeah.
So no action on this?
No, it's just, it's a reporting update on that, you know, the work that got completed, and, there's, I guess, progress on that project. On a monthly basis, like I said, we do provide an update. So once we have that, we're also authorizing, for geotechnical studies on, I think the next item is the fire station.
Correct.
So we're gonna get our geotech studies on the fire station, the sheriff's office, and the roping arena. We contacted a firm that has done these studies for us in the past, so that, on the arena, mainly for the foundations, on the corners of the building structure, then the other two, they're new building facilities, just to see if, what type of soils we have, if we have to, remove and bring select material, and that has a lot of clay, and, that's, kind of what we're looking for those. And it's also on the fire station, it's a report, we are submitting the plans and specs. During our meeting, we indicated to USDA that, the project plans were complete, just pending the geotech report, but only thing that will change is maybe the thickness of the slab, or if we have to remove the material and bring select material, but the actual design of it, it's not gonna change, so we're submitting that for their review. I asked how long that review would take, and they told me it takes like maybe 30 days to at the most 45, and we would have a response whether we go out for bids for that one. So that
was my next question.
Yeah, I would suspect that would be our first one to go out for bid would be the fire station, and then the next one's gonna be the sheriff's office, and then shortly after it's gonna be the broken arena.
Definitely exciting for our first responders.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely, and much needed, definitely needed. So that was for 33. We'll move on to 34. Consider soliciting bids for the raw water intake pump station.
On this one, Commissioners, I did visit over this past week with the judge and the waterworks department. The existing raw water intake structure, the permanent one that we use right now to pump water to the community, one of the pumps has been sent off for repairs that got approved at the last Commissioners Court meeting.
Correct.
The other pump, I mean, they've repaired it already many times, so the discussion we had with the judge at the time was that we should consider replacing that pump instead of sending it for repairs again. And I bringing it to the court before we actually make the purchase, and then come back to the court and say, we made this purchase, and then we approving after the fact. I know the court had asked for us to bring it before, so we're bringing this so that we can get permission from the court to go out for bids. This will then, won't be an emergency purchase, it'll be a bid out, and then we'll get however many bids we can get, we'll present it to the court, so that we can then select the most advantageous contractor or vendor. We're looking at time of delivery and either the pumps that are exactly like the ones that we currently have, or some that are that pump the same amount of volume, but a smaller size pump. Because the ones we have right now, they're being controlled with a variable drive.
Okay.
So they slow it down to 40%. Just like your gas pedal on your car.
Yeah.
Your engine can go 100 miles an hour, but you put it at 40 miles an hour. So then same thing, it does that to the engine, but we're pumping constantly, 2,500 gallons a minute. So we never bring it up to, let's say, 80%. So I'm thinking we can purchase a smaller pump, smaller motor for lesser price, and still pump, and run it at 75% capacity instead of at 40% capacity, and be able to still provide the 2,500 gallons a minute that these water plant needs.
Well,
Our demand doesn't require 2,500 gallons a minute. Our demand is like 2,000, but TCEQ requires
2,500.
2,500.
Will this include the installation and wiring communication with each pump? Because I know, when one pump goes out, you have to disconnect the power, and then like there has to be a way where you can turn them on remotely from their office, that they don't have to drive out there,
Yes.
and do all of that where it's networked.
And that's the reason we wanted to bring it to the court, because it would include that. It would include a control panel, so that it would have, right now we only have one VFD and there's 3 pumps. So that VFD the other 2 pumps are running on soft starts. So that those will run at 2,500 gallons a minute, but if the plant, the demand's not there, then we have in excess water coming to the plant. So then we're wanting to put in 2 VFDs and 1 pump. So then we'll have the 3 VFDs to control all the 3 pumps, and then you'll have the repaired pump that we have at the shop, the new pump that's coming in, and then the other pump that's there. And that'll go also in conjunction with the court approved last week at the last meeting to clean out the intake pipes.
Yeah, the silt.
Yeah, the silt that's on those intake structures. What happens is, if we're running, let's say, pump number 1, then pump 2 and 3 will sit there for a month. And then when we switch over to pump 2 or 3, the silt's already built up in that casing, and it has, it just can't go up, the amount of silt that builds up.
Mr. Trufo, would this be an allowable expense through the CO? once we get to that process?
It should be, it would come out of the waterworks.
Since it's the waterworks.
Right,
Yeah.
just for public awareness.
Yeah.
And now that we're talking about the water, I know we had, we're waiting for Mr. Trevino, just to give an update on the water, if you two can elaborate a little bit on the water. We've been getting a lot of calls and complaints again on the smell and the taste. Just, you can inform the public, of that issue. I know we talked about it last court.
Yeah, the discoloration is because where the complaints are coming from, it's infrastructure with iron pipes. So when there's like two things could cause it. One, if there's a repair in that area, and second is when there's flushing done. So when these guys go to flush, we have to flush to get the water moving. If we flush too fast and we get too much water flowing through there, it'll get the residue moving. So that causes a discoloration. It's still safe. There's chlorine in the water. We test it every day. We send it off to get tested. So all we have to do is just let it run out, and then but with the hot weather and we're still getting that smell and that taste. So this typically goes away come like October and starts getting
So
cool.
maintenance because of the hot weather?
And because of the low water levels.
Low water and hot weather mixture.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, that gives an answer to the constituents so they can hear it directly from you that it's okay.
It's tested.
You know, it's a go.
Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
It does get randomly tested by DCEQ.
Right.
And they came down 2 weeks ago.
They'll do, unannounced visits.
Just for public awareness, we do get, as a matter of fact, I was at the movies yesterday, I got a message, from that as well, so just, for public
Yeah, our
awareness.
phones go off like crazy, they send pictures of the water we get, I'm like.
And we have to be
you know,
flushing because
yeah.
because of the high heat, we need to get that water moving. I know that we're like in a crisis with the water, but if it just stays there stagnant, we need to get it moving, so.
Okay, I appreciate the update. Thank you.
Another question with that, new installation of the pumps, will it have a backup generator for,
Yes, Commissioner. We do have a backup generator. It's a 400 kW generator that's there on site, and that one is still, it may need some maintenance on it, but it's, has relatively few hours on that engine. So I might then need to look into getting a maintenance contract for all of our generators, because I know we have generators at every sewer lift station, at the water plant, at the sewer plant, maybe here at the courthouse. We don't currently have, a contract with a particular vendor, and I can seek, get quotes for, maintenance on those, cause
yeah,
some
well,
of them.
yeah, cause we need to do, I would say at least, either 2 weeks maintenance, turn them off, turn them on, just so we can do it.
They're supposed to be cycling, but some of them, what happens is if the battery goes out and then it hasn't maybe turned on, and I went and looked at some of the generators we have on our lift stations, and some of them haven't turned on for a while, so they have very little hours on the engine, but we need to change out the oil, we need to change out the belts and any other maintenance type. But if we can put them on a maintenance program, we can do a few, every couple of months, and until we have them all, and then just have them on a rotation basis, so that we're able to have those ready to use when they're needed.
I make a motion to go out for bids for a new water pump.
Second that.
This will be a turnkey project.
This will be turnkey for the purchase and installation of the raw water pump and the VFDs.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries. Mr. Rodriguez, you got a question?
Yes, so he gave an example of a smaller pump, running at 75%. Have you considered as you make the example when it comes to a vehicle, obviously you're not supposed to have your car at 100 miles an hour all the time, like the engine will burn out. So is that something you guys can consider, like even if it runs at 75%, smaller capacity, it can stay on though?
Yes, and most of the cars are built to run at 75 miles an hour.
Perfect.
That's the engine's sweet spot, where to take it up to 100 is not ideal, but when you run it at 70, 75, most of our highways are at 75, so we put it on cruise at 75, and you look at the RPMs, and they're kinda low, so we look at the RPMs on the engine, so thank you for, but yes.
Well, I get the engine example, I just meant like the.
It's the same thing, so it runs on an engine, and so it will be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Moving on to 35, to review proposed plat Castillo subdivision, unit 1 on Alcatraz Street by Falcon Mesa.
Commissioners, on this one, I do have a correction on the naming of the subdivision. It's not Castillo, subdivision, it is Cozy Casitas LLC, and I have a.
You said Cozy?
Cozy, C-O-Z.
Oh.
Casitas?
Cozy Casitas LLC, it says Mr. Terry Castillo. Here you go for. Commissioners, on this one, it's on Falcon Mesa subdivision, over on precinct 3, where you go down Cardinal Lane, that's County Road, and then if you turn up on Peacock Drive and you turn on Albatross Street, that's where this, I call it a subdivision, it's just one lot, but we're dividing the one lot, I mean, we're creating one lot, so anytime we create one lot, we have to call it a subdivision. So we're creating one lot, it's a 0.74 acre lot, it's abutting a existing county road, and, it's I guess the owner that's purchasing it is the owner that's right across the street from it, and, we just wanted to make sure we comply with the county rules and requirements for bringing it in for plating. It has, they'll be able to get water and sewer from Waterworks if they ever decide to wanna build something on there. Right now, they just want it as part of their additional land that they already have, but, that's kind of what you have. It's an existing 8.3 acre tract, and we're cutting out a 0.74 acre, one lot, so it'll be lot 1, block 1 of, Cozy Casitas LLC Unit 1. Do you have any questions on it?
Any questions, Commissioner?
Will it have an easement for, if people have to go through it, or?
Has a 50-foot right of way, existing county right of way. It's on, right there, it's called Albatross right of way. So that one is existing already.
So there won't be any infringements with other, surrounding owners?
Now, the neighbor to the east, there's one neighbor to the east. He has access also either through there or through the end of Cardinal. There's access to Albatross going north and then coming back through Albatross. So currently there's only 2 neighbors in that area, and they're both aware of who's approved.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Moya to approve, the plat as presented, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Commissioner, and, on item number 12, I know we went over, when we went over earlier, I had just barely stepped back in, and I think we were going over the Colonia's, requirements for, FANM University.
Yes, sir, number 12.
Yes, on number 12. On that one, they presented in the past, and I know we've given them some comments. I was wondering if the item could be considered we had requested them to put in the drainage improvements and then get it, I guess,
Resubmitted.
Yeah, for finalization. I know some of these is, I think, a TDA funded project that's the county's. I don't know what their timeline is, but, some of them are time sensitive on that. I don't know if it could be approved, contingent with, the comments provided by the court, which was the drainage improvements on Medina Addition, drainage improvements on Siesta, drainage Nicholson, and Valle Verde, if that could be something that could be considered.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, can we revisit number 12, Ms. Juarez?
You gotta recall.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and and modify my motion, who made the motion? Did I make the motion?
Solis Moya.
Solis Moya, okay. Motion to approve, pending, corrections needed by each commissioner? Can we do that?
I mean, I don't.
No.
Well, yeah, like, I guess, with contingent to the comments provided, so.
Yeah, you just recall the item and then you make a new motion, retract that motion and make a new motion.
So now more than two.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Moya, to retract the original, motion and to, make this new motion, approve it pending corrections by the, Commissioners Court. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you, Commissioner,
Thank
and
you.
let Mr. Salinas know that, Adam got approved the contingent on the drainage improvements included into his report. We will provide an update to the judge's office so that any.
If he has any questions, just to call us.
Yeah. So he'll move that forward and then.
Yeah, we'll get with him, I guess, on an individual basis, so we can make, corrections. Thank you, I appreciate it, Mr. Gonzalez. Let's go back to, agenda item number 22, to approve the Texas Department of Motor Vehicle optional fees for calendar year 2026. I'll make a motion to approve pending legal, review.
I think it was Morales Garza that has appeared.
There was no changes on it.
No changes?
No changes.
Everything was the same.
So it was Solis Morales?
No, we have, moving back. Motion to approve by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to line item transfers, we have 36, 37, 38 line item transfers.
On 36, Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
so on salary and wages to regular employees, how does that work? That kind of threw me off.
Yes, I figured that's.
Yeah,
what it was.
just we're on the same. And
Okay.
fuels and lubricants, we're good, moving forward with that? For fuels
Yes.
and lubricants, you're good.
So when it comes to line item number 200,784,1100 to 200,784,1110. So when we got our state aid grant, like in our system, in our admin system here locally, the money's being taken out from another account, that other account. So we're just moving those deductions that have already been made to the correct account.
Okay.
So that's that one. And then.
Mr. Rodriguez, is this the one that
Yes.
you have talked to Judge Raffo and Judge Lopez about also?
These transfers, no.
No, okay.
No, I'm bringing forth three.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, so, I'm just gonna go down the list if that's okay.
That's all.
So the first two transfers are, when my employees like enrolled again with their life insurance policy, we hadn't budgeted for it, so the balance in the first two line items, it's already a negative balance, so I'm just transferring money to
bring it back.
To bring it back to
cover
zero.
it, and then cover for the remainder of the year until October. The regular employees, from our 20780 was already discussed. We're trying to move also a lot of our county money from our general fund to meet our local match. So as you guys are aware, we get state aid. State aid does 51% of our funding for when it comes to employees, fringe benefits, all that stuff, right? So contingent on that, we have to spend our local match. Our local match is $272,000 and change. Right now, we're at 77% spent. So by moving all these other fundings to our general supplies, we're able to make improvements to our department. We're also working on having Shred on Site come. I don't know if you guys got the notice. So Shred on Site is gonna shred like any documents that any of our departments have. We'll be paying that from our general supplies, like for all departments.
When is that?
So it's gonna be this Thursday.
This Thursday.
It was supposed to be this past week, but they had issues with the vehicle. It looks kind of like a dump truck. So you don't have to have them in boxes or anything, just bring them. They have a dumpster and they'll dispose of it. We'll get charged for it, like to help all our county departments. Another line item of note, the 200, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's number 6 down, 200, 580, 431, 35 to 200, 580, 411, 30. So that's from our grant, that's our grant line item. I budgeted, $12,500 for overtime hours to be paid. Now, in an effort to reduce comp time, to reduce my employees' hours, as you're well aware, my officers work on weekends, they work on Saturdays, they do community service. Dr. Miller's here, we actually did a summer program with the food pantry, taking our kids over there to help our community. But by moving these $3,226, we're gonna be able to reduce all my officers' comp time hours to just have 40 in total. We're gonna pay out around 560 hours, so that's gonna help out the county at the end of the day. One of my officers decides to retire, I don't have to wait super long to rehire as well.
And is that allowable through the grant?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I already checked with the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. We did it similarly last year.
Oh, okay.
To also expend the grant and then also meet our local match. So that's an allowable expense. What else? Also in our grants, right under that, there's $27,000, $27,180. So every year I have to budget for, if a case is sentenced in our 49th district court, that they're gonna be placed at a facility, right? So most of our cases are deferred prosecution, meaning these post-adjudication funds are not used. So, if this line item and all these line items are transferred, which are allowable expenses, we can move them to general supplies. That's how we bought a vehicle this past year. I was able to expend the grant by buying a vehicle and selling one to the county. Right, I think the water department got it. Under that, it's also, I think at the end, it's just our county funds as well. Specifically, the one at the very bottom where it says 010-570-431-35 contract services to 4010570-41110 regular employees. So as you guys are well aware, Ricardo Solis, he's an attorney, he's our juvenile referee, he hears our detention hearings, he suffered a stroke. More recently, we went to go visit him in Corpus. So we had to get an alternate juvenile referee. That was approved in our juvenile board meeting on July 21st. Our alternate juvenile referee is Fernando Sanchez. So Mr. Solis is in recovery. He's helped out our county for over 15 years at this point. So it was approved in our juvenile board meeting for the alternate juvenile referee to get paid in the same manner and way as the current juvenile referee. So I'm moving monies to pay him for the last, up until October. And then the budget that was submitted, obviously we couldn't account for Mr. Solis' emergency. So I'll be moving money probably within the next budget year to pay him as well.
Sounds good.
And then the last part, Social Security, that would be $137 to pay for that salary, for his salary.
Thank you. All these allowable, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
We got a motion by Commissioner Moya, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to number 37, we got Justice of the Peace Precinct 3, line item transfers, travel and training 710, to general supply 710.
Motion.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. 38, we got nutrition center transfer, general supplies to office supplies in the amount of $359.17.
Motion approved.
And then there's some more in the back, but we got a motion by Commissioner Moya. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. We got a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Morales, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are now adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.